Hello, we are Group 2. My name is Seth, and the company we are doing our project on, or our consulting project, is Little Jill & Co. It's a higher-end children's boutique that sells pretty much anything children's or children's related, it seems like, from clothes and toys. And in our project, we have, at least for this part, we've decided to, let me pull up our spreadsheet, expand the business, give us an option to do so, and to see if that makes sense for us. As far as our last time that we've worked on this, there's not really any changes that we had to make from our free cash flows or our goodwill. We worked pretty hard to get it to make sense, and it looks correct. So that's our business, and that's what we've started doing.
Okay, so for our real option, our first one that we did, we just followed the instructions. So our exercise price, if we were to buy the company in 2 years, is the current free cash flows, which is $235,275, and then our cash flows, if exercised, are just a continuation from what they would have been in 2018 is what 2020 would be. It continues throughout those years. Our net present value we calculated from our WACC, and then just the sum of those cash flows. So we put it into our Black-Scholes computation. Our S is that NPV. Our X is what the exercise price would have been. T is 2 years because we waited 2 years to buy it. Our standard deviation is 35%, which we found from a research from Deloitte on retail companies. And they said that it should be around that percentage, so we use that. Our rate, we found from our T-bill rate that we used on when we computed WACC, which is 1.16%. So our option price comes out to $28,216.52. And that is what we did for our first real option.
So for our second real options, for the success option, where we purchase new land for a new location and expanding our business, we have the option of purchasing the land in the 4th year for $200,000. So we use the same cash flows from what we had previously. With the purchase of this new location and the start of this new facility, we would anticipate even more revenue from this option. So that gives us a net present value of negative $15,139. So we anticipate this will be about a 30% probability of happening.
Now we're going to move on to the success failure portion that we calculated. And as JT said, in year 4, we have the purchase of our new land at $200,000. And what leads to a failure of this option is the fact that we are consistently losing money or have less inflow than we did in the success portion. And then also at the end of our 10 years, we are selling this machine for less than we purchased it for. So our total NPV is going to be much than our success at a negative $61,609. And we think the probability of a success failure is at a 50% chance.
Alrighty then. Oops. All right, so what we have here is just the good, the bad, the tree here. So we have this decision tree where we have the good for expanded 80%, 40%, and expansion is good at 30%. However, on the bad side, we have it at 20%, 60%, and expansion is bad at about 50%. So the likelihood of the expansion is going to be bad for us is at a higher percentage. Guys.
So we also have the failure option. This option is where our expansion doesn't go through at all. We figure about a 20% probability of that happening. So our net present value for that option would be negative $202,000.